So I'm in the 2008 State Trooper car, Dodge Charger, and one thing that I need to replace in this car is the overhead console. I was trying to figure out what this thing was called on eBay, and the best thing I could find was the front overhead console. That's probably what you'll have to look up. And so I got one down here. And as I was getting ready to install it, I noticed that the little clips are different. And it just doesn't line up. It won't go up in there. And so a little bit more research, and I found that it needs this thing. Now what is this thing called? I called it a retainer. I did find some people who had it called as a retainer, overhead console retainer. The best thing I could do for a part number is that right there. I think you can see it, 829445, as well as VM3097. I looked all over the thing and there's just no other numbers than that. And of course this one I got at the wrecking yard, so they got their own little personal numbers there. I don't know if that helps any. C15275. But this thing goes like this, and it snaps between the two sun visors. The sun visors will clip into here, but it goes on the inside of the headliner. So I'll go ahead and pull the sun visors off and get this thing in there and show you how the actual overhead console clips into it. Before I actually put this thing up in there, I wanted to show you a couple things, and that is how these clips go in. It's going to be hard to show you once it's in, but the sun visor clip, how it's grooved on one side different than the other side. And so when you get this in there, you're going to have to line it up just right in order for those clips to slide in. It's a little different on the other side, but it's the same principle. Also on here, you can see clips on the back side. And what those clips are for is the wiring. The wiring can run along these clips and clip in. It'll be real easy to just clip it into this wire here. As I was looking around on the internet, trying to get ideas on how to do this, I noticed a lot of people were asking, well, does the cop car come with the wiring? I can't find my wiring. I couldn't find mine either. I actually had to stick my arm way up into the headboard here and dig around until I found it. So mine was up in there. Yours is probably there. You just gotta look for it. And just shove it up through the front. There we go. Something like that. Well, that was painless. So I got those clips back in. There's a screw here, a screw here, and let's see if you can see that guy. There's one down here. When I went to the parts store or the wrecking yard, I told them I needed a center console or an overhead console for a Dodge Charger. And they said, oh, we don't have anything like that. So I was like, okay. And I called them up again a couple days later, and because I noticed they had a Magnum out front, and it's the same part, and so I asked them if they had the part for the Magnum. And they said, yeah, we could sell you that. And by the time I actually got this thing, I found out that it's neither a Magnum nor is it the Dodge Charger, but it's the Dodge 300. So the parts are interchangeable on all these. One thing to consider if you buy one of these is if you have a sunroof, the buttons will be right up here. But the Chargers, police models, just don't have the sunroof. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut this tag off and clip it in there. Looks like the lights were already on. Let's see here. All right, there we go.